Hey guys, I wanted to reach out to you again today about my vlog that I posted a few days ago. God just works in amazing ways, and part of this whole learning experience for me is I'm stepping out in Christ and doing some things that maybe I haven't always done or that I've not always been comfortable with. I'm realizing that each step I take, God's doing something in me. And although at times it feels almost unbearable as I am trying to change those imperfections in myself that are not what I want them to be, as I step out and try to make a difference in my own self, it's just neat to see God at work and how He reveals Himself in different ways. And I shared to you about, after I shared my vlog a few days ago, how God impressed upon me as soon as I woke up the next day, how He impressed upon me that the very thing that I was desiring from someone was also the very thing that I was not displaying to someone else. And so first thing I did was I went and apologized, and I made it right. And that feels good. I don't know if you have trouble apologizing or saying you're sorry or asking for forgiveness, but I'm telling you, if that's something you've battled with, it feels good when you step out and you do that. It changes you inside, and it humbles you. I can't describe it, but if you have to struggle asking for forgiveness and apologizing, I ask that you step out and you learn how to do that, and you pray. God will help you. But anyway, I posted that vlog about apologizing, and then I had a phone call to the office where a lady was bringing her mom for respite for a short stay. And when I was talking to one of the girls in the office, she said that, hey, a lady's called, she's bringing her mom tomorrow, she's got to drop her off, and she's not sure about the paperwork. And anyway, there was a lot of confusion, which is not typically the way we do things. And so I instantly sent an email to a couple of the people in my office at the other property saying, hey, I understand this lady's coming to bring her mom. We need to nail down these details and find out what information she has, what she needs. And then I get a phone call stating that this lady had called back, and she just sounded totally confused. And I'm thinking, I'm getting aggravated about this, because I thought, not because I didn't want to help this woman, I was embarrassed that things weren't going more smoothly, because we have a tight team at Golden Crest, and we know how to address issues, we know how to take care of things, and we love to help people. And so I couldn't understand why there was so much confusion about this lady bringing her mom and why one person had not taken care of that. Well, next thing you know, I go into my office to sit down, and in walks this lady, and she had called and spoken to 3 or 4 different people. Well, she comes in, and I welcome her into the office, and I told her, I said, hey, I'm sorry for all of this confusion. Let me help you. What can I do to help you? And she just sat down, and we began to talk, and she said she totally understood, and she was not upset at all. I said, well, listen, I said, we're not accustomed to doing things in a chaotic fashion like this. We like to help people when they're coming in the door, and whatever we need to do, if you need us to pick up paperwork, if you need to sit down and go through paperwork, whatever we need to do, we're here for you. Well, as we began to talk, I think I shared something about my heartbeat and some of the things that God had impressed on me as I had been working at Golden Crest. And I mentioned a nonprofit, talking about seeds. And she goes, what kind of nonprofit is that? And I said, well, it's about investing in other people. It's about helping people figure out what their strengths and their gifts are, and it's helping them learn how to find purpose. Well, this lady just stops and she gets this most bewildered look on her face. And she said, this chaos, this was for a purpose. She said, because I probably would have never maybe made contact with you. She said, but I have a business where I do some of the same thing. And she said, everything you're saying is exactly what she's already doing. And as a matter of fact, she works in Atlanta and she has a lot of connections and she speaks as a public speaker. And she even got teary-eyed and she looked at me and she said, this is a God thing. This confusion, this meeting, it happened for a reason. And I want you to know, I thought to myself, it's moments like this. It's moments like this when your heartbeat collides with God's purpose and He brings people into your path and He begins to unfold all these many details that have to take place, and yet you don't have a clue how to bring it all together. It's in those God moments that you just know that God is so real. And I don't know what this woman and I will possibly to do together in our business, but I have a feeling we will be doing some things together. And at the very least, I believe we both will be able to help each other and pour into each other to make a bigger impact. And I want you to know that's what God's love looks like. That's how it works. It's not that everything feels perfect as you're stepping out and doing things. As a matter of fact, it's probably just the opposite. You feel like your world is falling apart as you step out and do some things that you feel led to do, or maybe that are passionate things in your heart that God has placed there. It's as you're stepping out that He'll give you another God glimpse, and then that keeps you going, and that lets you know that there's greater things ahead. I was just having lunch with someone in the community, and I was telling her that I quoted myself, and I put it in a frame some time ago, and this is what it said. It said, I always want my next high to come from seeing God at work. Now, I'm not talking about a high like on drugs, but I guess you could equate it to that. You could equate it to emotional high, whatever you want to equate it to. But when I see God at work, when I see Him doing things and turning lives around and turning my own life around, it's the greatest joy, it's the greatest peace, it's the greatest happiness that I can ever describe. And it just makes me long for more. It just causes me to want more of it. And I find the more I want that, the less I need other people to satisfy me, the less I need other things to satisfy me. So be encouraged today. I'm pumped about what I'm feeling, and I hope you can see it. I hope you can see it in my face. Because I have had some rough patches, some rough periods over the last few months, and I never stopped believing that God was doing something in me. And sometimes I did feel all alone. Sometimes I still feel alone in moments. But I see God all over it, and I am excited. I'm so excited. And if you want to be a part of this in any way, maybe you want to volunteer, maybe you want to be a sidekick and help me do some research, or who knows what all is going to be involved in this. But if you want to be a part of it, reach out to me at Gayla@GaylaDeHollisey.com. I'd love to hear from you. God bless. Have a great day.